Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Niagara Amusement Park. There's a flashy new sign on the highway, so it's nice to see small improvements, subtle nonetheless, coming to this park, which has seen a bit of an embattled history here in the 2020s. We're back regardless for our latest visit. There is one new attraction that I know of, which is the ghost train, the Witch's Wheel, which is now operable. We saw it being constructed last year, so I'm looking forward to getting on it this year. Of course, I'll get a couple rides on Silver Comet as usual, and then there's also the Serpent as well, which we had our first ride on last year, so we're going to do that one again. Check out the park on a quick visit while I'm on a stopover in between other places. It really does only take about an hour or two to do this park, even on a busier day, which this will probably be one of the busiest that I've seen here. But yeah, it's not a huge park, family focused, but still with an excellent wood coaster, a Zyklon Galaxy, and also a Wild West show that I just seem to never be able to capture, and I don't think I'll be able to do it on this particular visit either. But let's go inside and check out what's changed here at Niagara Amusement Park in the late season here of 2025. My last visit that I planned to come here for was postponed due to inclement weather, and we kind of have a little bit of that going on today as the clouds are on overcast, but I don't think they're going to cancel everything now. It sounds like the Western show is actually going, so let's see if we can start with that.
Double cross the judge.
Lucius Lockwood doesn't scare me.
Come on, Deputy. Play nice and do as we say.
So you're all on the judge's payroll now, yes?
See you soon, Deputy.
Move! God, I love my job.
Stop. I have no intention of standing before the robber baron Lockwood. I had enough of this. Arrest him!
You know we don't like you, Billy.
The judge will send an army to turn your little town inside out.
Go back to your employer, Billy, and tell him the law don't work for him.
That's what you want. Fine. Come on, you two. Let's go! Let's hurry up, please!
We literally were just shot.
Tell someone who cares! Let's go!
How about you care?
Yeah, this little thing, you know, robbing train.
So we have some improvements here from previous season. They have this sort of makeshift graveyard. It might not seem like much, but I've been asking for a haunt to take place in this park for some time because I think it's a perfect location for one. And it looks like they might have some inklings of that coming in the future. Now, I wanted to stay to watch the whole Western show, but half of the park watching that now. It really makes sense to come and get some quick rides in while they're less busy. We're gonna go right to the back of the park because the galaxy that they have here tends to have a bit of a wait. So I'm gonna see if I can get on that really quickly, if it's running, and then we'll come back and do Silver Comet and everything else in between.
To your left, did you see Josh Moses in
the Witch's Wheel. Gotta get that right. A 3-story haunted house or ghost train that used to live at Rye Playland and has now found a home here. A nice classic old school ghost train. Reminded me a lot of like Spookorama that you can find still at Coney Island. And yeah, quality. The on Rye POV, you didn't see a couple of things at the end, but unfortunately those animatronics weren't working anyway. So it looks like there's still a little bit of improvement to come with some of the work inside, because there's a lot of animatronics, but some of them aren't working quite yet. And the lights, they don't even come on, so it looks like they're just waiting until they can fix those, because it looks like they can be brought back to life at some point. Just saw a little ghost train, very, very atmospheric. Definitely would be better suited in, say, Halloween time. Really a mishmash of characters in there too. So yeah, copyright free, that's for sure. It was nice to see Pinhead after all these years. Beware of pirates. So it looks like they've actually repurposed some of these pieces of rides that they couldn't really get back up to running. Actually, this looks like pieces of a pirate ship itself, if not a water park. Now, I said I had a short day here, but it looks like, oh, the Zyklon Galaxy is up and running. I was worried that it wasn't, but I'm now just seeing a train go through. And it also can have a fair wait here. The Witch's Wheel, for example, it took about, I'd say 20 minutes to get on, because they're only running one train through the circuit. You can see like the floorboards of the train above you. When you're in the line, they actually like bend and stuff, so I think it might just be that the structure can't safely handle that many passengers or that many trains. They do have 3 trains, but they only run one through the course and hold the other one in the station before they let it through once the train that's on the circuit completes its round. And the same goes with the Serpent. So in order to not beat around the bush, the line is not too long. Let's get on it now. All done with the Serpent, about a 20-minute wait as well. And yeah, some weird rules on this one. They definitely, for the one train that they have in service here, and there's only one train, one car, they try to make sure that it's a fully loaded train so that way it can get around the circuit. It takes a bit of speed through the corners, lots of G's in this sort of triple helix or double helix section, which I definitely enjoyed. My favorite part is the S-bend at the end. It's sort of like a weird little track curve that I wasn't really expecting from this particular style of ride, but it has that, which is cool. No significant trims until the very end, and then it just sludges through the course and gets pushed back into the station. As many people, enthusiasts, have noted that this ride unfortunately requires manpower for it to be functional. And if you're a kid, you gotta ride it with an adult, so make sure that you're ready for that. Now with that done, I realized as well that there's really only one thing left for me to do in the park, and then I'm kind of done. So we're gonna go to the other side and get to Silver Comet. I'm gonna get a ride or two hopefully on that, and then I think that's pretty much my day here at Niagara Amusement Park and Splash World. It is fairly well attended today. Like I said, it's probably the busiest that I've seen it. And not every attraction, unfortunately, is open. Shootout's following us wherever we go as the car ride, the antique car ride. They have some of the characters actually continuing the shootout on the course, which is kind of cool. Definitely a family atmosphere here, so much so. It's an institution in Grand Island. Many people that have lived on this island, this park has a big history, or it represents a big portion of their life, be it younger or with their families as well. So it's kind of cool to see some of the characters that used to frequent this place when it was in its Martin's days actually still here interacting with the next generation. Probably not really sounding that out right. The Splashwater Park unfortunately is closed, and it is one of the bigger attractions here. It's not the right weather for it today. This Caterpillar ride has been under construction for a couple of years now, I believe, but it looks like it's getting close to being resurrected, which would be kind of cool if we could see it come back to life soon. This is the back of the Witch's Wheel building, which I figured I'd just point it out because it's, it's fairly well constructed. So, it's designed to be here permanently, which is a good sign, as we definitely want to see an attraction like that saved. And thankfully the park has saved it for us to enjoy. Some rides are still in the process of being put into service here late into the season, so we'll probably see this next year. American Revolution, I believe, from Great America. So the exit ramp is permanent, so they're setting it up for service, but unfortunately they're not there yet. This, however, is new. In the place of the Devil's Hole, we have this octopus ride. It is not currently operating. It does look like it's close to service. In fact, it looks pretty brand spanking new. It's one of the shinier. At closer inspection, it definitely is used. No question about that, but it looks like it might be ready to go soon. Not really sure why, but the Silver Comet sign is actually gone. And now we just have a sort of generic front to the coaster, which is unfortunate. Okay, done 3 rides on Silver Comet. I'm pretty satisfied with that. 1 in the front, 2 in the back. It is a walk-on. And the second train and the third train I rode actually was a full train, or pretty close to. This thing is hauling this year. I just have to say it. I was really impressed with the speed throughout. It really is like a white knuckle ride, as I always like from these wood coasters. A little bit rough around the edges, which is what you want. Not overly smooth, and it just takes those corners. Like the first couple of bends are just ridiculous. Like you really get thrown with crazy laterals into the sides of the train. The first airtime moments right after that first drop, and then the bunny hill or the double down, 2 of the best ejector moments I probably had this season. And even at the top of the turnaround as well, it really just throws you out of the train, and that's in the front or the back. So very underrated ride. It's really kind of like, it's aging like a wine almost, and really coming into age as a good old school Woody should. It's a fantastic ride. I always love that final turn before you head back to the station. The amount of speed that it takes in that section is just relentless. This is an underrated ride that still is one of the best wood coasters in this area, if not the best. Solid marks. Love Silver Comet. Always worth getting down here once a year to give it a visit. I would say ride availability today is not the greatest, as you have several rides that are in maintenance mode, maybe even pre-winter mode, including the train, which is not operational today, which usually is a reliable attraction, but sadly today, not available. I do like the fact that the actors are immersing themselves throughout the park, and it really kind of lends to surprises for kids and stuff that maybe are coming to this park for the first time and are aware that they do that here. But it's actually improving the atmosphere. They're really kind of doubling down on the Wild West theming here. Glad to see it. You don't really have any other theme parks in this area that do that anymore, so it's kind of cool that this place is still living or retaining that tradition of the old school theme parks from, say, the golden age of the 40s, 50s, 60s. So I'm excited to see what's to come here.
Wow,
You are free to rent one of these scooters, animal themed. I saw this guy going out earlier. Scooter Pals. 10 minutes is $8.50, 20 minutes $12, 60 minutes $26. Not the cheapest ride. Before we head out, we might as well have a look at everyone's favorite parking lot here in the amusement park industry, full of treasures that could possibly come to light once more, or in the case of the Schwarzkopf shuttle loop, definitely destined to never be constructed once more. The giant flywheel, it was missing, I believe, last year, and it's not here this year either, so it certainly looks like this particular ride is now going to be just used for parts for any potential Schwarzkopf that requires it. It's sad that we weren't able to ever actually experience this ride, however. There are a couple more pieces down there. I don't want to waste too much time here looking at rides that will not come to fruition, but launch mechanism is here. Well, one thing to note is that it's definitely a lot cleaner in this section now. Most of the rides have been brought into the park or have moved on to other locations. There are no new additions, however, to this graveyard or purgatory for amusements. So much so that now we can actually say we don't really anticipate much more actually being added to the arsenal of rides here at NAP, because this is where some thrill rides come for a nap. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one. But that is our day here from Niagara Amusement Park. I've seen subtle changes here. The yellow brick road still leading to greater times, but it's definitely improved. They're open, so that's a good thing, because like I said in the intro, unfortunately this park has random days where it doesn't open, and even during the peak summer months it's not even open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which is a change from previous seasons. So they're really trying to contract their operations to the key times that people are actually here. It is a pretty quick park for people like myself that have been here before. I've just done approximately a little short of 2 hours to get everything in today, and that's really all an enthusiast really needs to get it done. But it's not a place to miss because, as I said, Silver Comet is running excellently, and it definitely will be running probably even better next year, or so we're hoping. And maybe we'll have a couple new attractions here as well next year to enjoy, to bring us back. We'll always come for a visit. We'll always look forward to an opportunity for an on-ride POV. Yeah, Serpent was decent. It'd be nice if they got another train on it, and then that way, you know, we wouldn't have to worry about, say, that extended wait. But it definitely helps manage the crowds here by having Serpent, you know, absorb some of the line time here. So Serpent and Silver Comet absorb the crowds. Not that there's many crowds here, most of the things are walk-on, with the exception of those limited attractions. But they are decent, they're old-timey, and everyone here seems to be enjoying themselves a lot. So I really can't fault what they're trying to do here at Niagara Amusement Park. It's not a modern amusement park. It's not got all the flourishes of, say, Canada's Wonderland or even Darien Lake down the road, but it's still an excellent park to come and spend an afternoon with the family, and for enthusiasts to get that wood credit, because it's definitely worth it. Thank you for joining me on this particular visit in 2025. We look forward to next year, but for now, thanks for dropping in.